Okay, hi guys. So in this lecture, we'll be continuing on uh, our acidic strength and basic strength, comparison of acidic strength and basic strength. So last lecture, you must have seen the order of the acidic strength of few compounds. So just carrying forward from that all alcohols are more acidic than alkyne. Just writing the summary, nothing more. All alcohols are more acidic than alkynes. Okay. Second point is water is more acidic than alcohol except methanol. Water is more acidic than alcohol except methanol. Okay. So below I am writing some of the examples in which you have to identify products and predict the direction of equilibrium. Right. So if I have something like this and this, so you have to tell me whether this reaction will go in forward direction or in backward direction. The result would be this thing. Okay. So one way of approaching this is a base, this is a acid, and this is a weak acid comparatively to the carboxylic group, and this is a conjugate base. So if you look into the priority list, you can easily see that this acid is more stronger than this acid, hence the reaction will proceed in the forward direction. Okay. So weak base. Okay, so next point is weak base are stable ion. Weak base are stable. So from this acid we get this conjugate base, and this conjugate base is actually stable with the help of resonance, hence this is a weak base. The base of a strong acid would be weak, right? So weak base are formed from strong acids. Okay, let me write next point. Bases formed from strong acids are weak. Okay, so let's see the K equivalent of this. So K equivalent would be the concentration of reactants multiplied with each other divided by concentration of product, multiplied with each other divided by the concentration of reactants. So in this case, K equivalent experimentally found out was also greater than 1. Okay, as concentration of products is more due to more formation of products, right? So we have second example like and you have to determine whether this reaction goes in forward direction or backward direction. Okay, so this is an acid and this is an acid, and we know that phenol is a strong acid than obviously alcohol, right? Hence this reaction goes in forward direction. Okay, as conjugate base, this is the conjugate base of phenol and this is the conjugate base of alcohol. So conjugate base of phenol is more stable than conjugate base of alcohol, hence reaction goes in forward direction. Okay, now let's take a look at this example. We have RCO2H we know this is a weaker acid then this sulfonic acid, which is a strong acid, hence the reaction goes in backward direction. Okay, let us look at this example. We have alkyne and alcohol. So I have already mentioned in the first point of this lecture that all alcohols are more acidic than alkynes. Hence, this is a weak acid, this is a strong acid comparatively, hence the reaction moves in backward direction. Okay, let us look at the fifth example, where we have this and this, and they react with each other and form this acid plus. Now you have to remember that which is a strong acid, this one or this one. So if you remember, if we wrote down that series, so just go back to that lecture and see which is a more stronger acid. So you will find out that alkyne is more stronger than primary amine. So this reaction goes in forward direction. Okay, let us look at this example. OH plus. Now, so if you don't remember which is the weaker acid or which is the stronger acid between the two, you can actually compare the stability of these two carbon ions, not carbon ions, compounds with the negative charge on most electronegative element. So compound with, so this would be a stable conjugate base than this one, as we looked in the previous lecture that as we go down a group, the negative charge on the atoms with bigger sizes is more, on bigger sized atoms is more stable, hence this is more stable. If this is more stable, its conjugate acid would be more strong, hence this would be more stronger, hence this reaction moves in forward direction. Okay, so just repetition of some concepts. So I hope you have not remembered that this group is called alkoxide. Or if I have not told you somewhere in the past, I am telling you now. So this will be called methoxide, this will be called ethoxide, this will be called phenoxide. Okay, so with this we come to the end of this lecture. In the next lecture onward, we'll be seeing the reaction of active metal with alcohols and some test of alcohol ether and reaction with NaHCO3, and we'll be taking up topics like these.